You're listening to Choose FI Radio. The blueprint for financial independence lives here. If you're looking to unlock the secrets to financial independence and early retirement, you're in the right place. Stay tuned and join a community of like-minded people who are getting off the hamster wheel and taking control of their lives in the pursuit of financial independence. Choose FI, your home for financial independence online.
Okay, so today's title is going to be bank fees, why they're evil and how to avoid them. Okay, Brad, it's all yours. Take it away.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan. So yeah, I'm a mild-mannered accountant in most of my life. You don't see me getting too agitated about things, but inside, sometimes I seethe over some of these financial mistakes I see people making.
That's the funniest thing. When I see Brad angry, it's hilarious because he goes there and he comes right back.
Yeah.
Ventures out, comes back.
I try very, very hard to just be my nice, normal self most of the time and just stay pretty even-keeled. But yeah, some of these things, they annoy me so much because I know people are making mistakes that are just so detrimental to their lives. And I don't know why. I don't know why they can't avoid them. And it frustrates me. And it's not me being an elitist jerk. That's not how I think at all. It's just, I wish that I could help people, honestly. And it annoys me that I can't. So today we're just going to talk about bank fees and why you should avoid them at all costs. My wife was reading some article just after the new year about that Americans, and this number could be wrong, but she read this in an article on the Washington Post or something.
It's on Facebook. It must be true.
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be true. That Americans paid $32 billion, billion with a B, in overdraft fees alone to their banks in the year 2016.
Wow.
That is a crazy, crazy number. In my opinion, bank fees are one of the easiest things to avoid. You should never pay a bank fee. I mean, I use my banks and my credit cards, which I consider loosely the same, essentially, as financial tools that are ultra powerful that I am getting for free. It's like a bonanza for me. I can't believe it sometimes that these banks are clamoring for my business and I don't pay them one penny. I mean, obviously an intelligent person would say they're getting some of my money at very, very low interest and they're using it to make loans and make the spread on that interest. And honestly, I'm fine with that. But for my purposes, I am getting these bank accounts and credit cards for no fee, $0. But yet, Americans at large are paying billions upon billions of dollars in fees. And overdraft fees are the most ridiculous ones. I mean, that means, as you know, Jonathan likes to joke, you know, my saying is, your hair is on fire, your house is on fire. Like, what the heck is wrong with you?
I liked it when he said it the first time, much better.
You know, what?
Brad unfiltered.
Yeah.
But no, you can say filtered, Brad. It's fine. I don't think we're ready for you quite yet.
Right. Yeah, that's not going to make the public podcast. I think we wouldn't be G-rated anymore.
They made me rate it on iTunes, yes. And I would definitely have to change it.
Overdraft fees mean you have no money in your account. You have negative money, and the bank is essentially loaning you a tiny little bit of money, and they are charging you. In many cases, these overdraft fees are like $35 a pop. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
And so, I mean, that means you have, let's say, $20 in your account and you wrote a check for $100. Instead of the bank saying, sorry, you have $20, we're not going to give you anything. They say, sure, we'll give you this extra $80. You just need to pay us $35 on top of it.
Oh, thanks.
Right? I mean, that is crock. You need money. If you don't have an emergency fund, we've talked about this before. If you don't have $1,000 to your name, stop everything. Stop wasting money. Stop buying clothes. Stop going out to eat. Stop getting Starbucks. Stop the garbage. Save some money. It's not that hard, honestly. It's really, I mean, over a course of months, if you can't save a couple $100, $1,000, there is something dramatically wrong with your life and you need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right? You are at an emergency level. It's as if you're having a heart attack. What are you going to do? Just sit there? No, you're going to call 911. If you have no money and you're incurring overdraft fees, you are having a heart attack. It is that simple.
Absolutely.
Cut it out, figure out what's going wrong, and just save some money. I'm not talking about saving tens of thousands of dollars. Save $100 a month. Save $50 a month. $50 a month over a year is $600. Now, to Jonathan and I, that sounds like a small amount of money, but to most people, that could be a life-saving amount of money. And you don't get hit with these onerous fees, these crazy fees that if you don't have any money to begin with, and you're spending multiple overdraft fees at $35 a pop, that's crazy talk. And it adds up to big money real quick. You get 2 of those a month, $70 a month, $840 a year. If you have no money, $840 a year is a whole heck of a lot of money, right? And if you are hitting those fees, you're probably lazy with other fees. You're probably lazy with ATM fees. Now, I don't know, Jonathan and I don't use cash in our real lives. I could have $1 in my wallet.
I would charge 40 cents. I really would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would charge any amount of money. I don't feel bad about it. We're not getting hit with interest, but for late payments or minimum payments, but many people are. You know, these same people who are getting hit with overdraft fees, they're paying interest on their credit card. Stop it.
I'm just sitting over here just nodding my head. Just, yes, preach it, brother.
Yeah.
Preach
I mean, right? Come on. If you don't have money, don't charge anymore. Just stop immediately.
And don't just do that. Come up with a plan to simplify your life. All right, I'm squirming over here for a second because I did have an overdraft last year.
Ooh.
Yes, this is the one. So I have made it my goal to simplify every aspect of my financial life. I want everything to be automated. I don't want to have to send a check in. So everything comes out of a bank account automatically each month. And then I just track it using mint.com. And it's an app you can get on your phone. And I just make sure that everything's working. And it does. And I have different bank accounts for different types of personal expenses that we use. But one time I got a little too smart for my own good and I had an overdraft. But for me, in my particular situation, I did not get hit with an overdraft fee. My bank, and I use USAA, has something set up so you can actually just link your credit card to your various bank accounts that you have with them. And if for some reason something were to go over on one of those accounts, it will just send that to that amount. That amount will be covered by your credit card. So you will never get hit with a fee. So that's my confession. I just wanted to put it out there. I can give you some more tips on that if y'all want to simplify your life, but I had to confess.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not bad because at least you were smart enough to set up that program, right? That it goes to your credit card. You didn't get hit with that $35 fee. So that's not too terrible in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, you have your finances set up in a very unique way and it works for you and it's fantastic. So that I'm okay with, but it's that person who has no money who is getting hit with a $35 fee or a $4 or $5 ATM fee.
Every time those add up, and he's right, your hair's on fire. You're having a financial emergency. And if you think that, it's just a one-time thing and, but you're also paying the minimum payments on your credit card too. I mean, these fees are just eating you. They're eating you up. And so you've got to come up with an action plan for that.
That's exactly what I was going to say to conclude this is an actionable tip. Stop paying bank fees. Figure it out. ATM fees. That's really easy to cut out. Just plan ahead. Have some foresight. If you actually need cash, which you really shouldn't in the grand scheme of things, go to your actual bank and don't incur the fees. In most banks, when you go to your own branch, you're not paying an ATM fee. Or take an extra 2 minutes, walk inside the branch and make a withdrawal. If by some freak chance your bank does hit you with a fee. So that takes a little bit of planning, but come on, man. Don't spend $5 in fees every time you need a little bit of cash.
And I have a couple other life hacks if y'all want them, just actionable tips to stack onto this in terms of avoiding fees. Your bank needs to compete for your business. Like Brad was talking about, they are being able to use your money, essentially low interest and the margins helping them out. They need to be competitive. And so what Brad said is 100% right. If you're getting hit with fees and you're being sloppy and you know it, you need to come up with an action plan and get it corrected. But if this is the first and only time it happened and it was a genuine mistake and it's never going to happen again, you need to call your bank. Just say, hey, look, this hasn't happened before. Can you waive the fee? Because they usually will waive the first. And if they say no, and it is truly your first one, you should tell them that you're going to move your business to another bank. And I guarantee you, they will find that change of policy very quickly. And I've seen that before.
Yeah, Jonathan is exactly right there. That is a perfect tip. These banks want your business. They absolutely do. And I have, my own little confession to make, which is one of my business bank accounts. We had essentially the business had more or less stopped. And, we had a couple $100 in there and it was getting hit with a low balance fee. All right. I guess when we had signed up for this account, we said we were going to keep $500 average daily balance, which sounded like we thought we were going to have a successful business. And that seemed pretty straightforward to me. So I agreed to it at the time, but I got lazy. I didn't check that account because it was a business that had basically gone dormant. We had a couple $100 in there. And I frankly didn't even notice that it went from $320 to $310 the next month. We were getting hit with a $10 fee per month, $120 a year. And I didn't notice. And that was absolute laziness on my part. So this can happen to anyone, no matter how smart you think you are. This unquestionably can. But what I did was I have a real good relationship with the branch manager at my local branch of Wells Fargo. I shot him an email and said, hey, I got hit with this fee the last 4 months. What can we do about it? Can I change my account? Can we get it waived going forward? What can you do for me? He shot me an email back within an hour, said, I set it up to give you a grace period for X number of months. I forgot, it was 3 or 6, something like that. And he actually took off all the prior expenses. So we got $40 credited back to our account and no fees going forward for X number of months. And I wound up, closing the bank account, stopped being lazy. And that was a winning situation. I took Jonathan's advice and just reached out. That took me one tiny little email that took 30 seconds to compose. I earned $40 and then $10 a month going forward. It was a $100 email for 30 seconds. That's a pretty good return on investment on your time.
And I got 2 other little life hacks for you here. One of them is make sure your bank is being competitive. Now, some people do need to have local branches, but some people don't. I am a completely digital guy. I am automated on everything. I do not need a local branch. And so I have USAA. It's available if you have any family member in the service at any point in time, you can get it. And so USAA does not have any sort of minimum fee. It's just $25 to open an account and then it's yours. It's fine. There's no fees there. They don't have any actual ATM, so they will allow you to use any ATM in the country at no charge, and they'll actually refund you up to $15 a month in ATM fees. So I have every ATM. And so I don't know, that's my experience with USAA. And then again, I can link my credit card to my account. So if I have an overdraft, it just goes on the credit card. So your bank may be charging you excessive fees. And I have a feeling probably the ones that have the bigger branch locations where they have more overhead are probably more guilty of this than maybe the smaller, more lightweight ones. And I don't know exactly where to point you to other than USA, just because I don't really use too many other people. But make sure that your bank is actually being competitive with their fees, and that if you are just eating it left and right, like they're charging you for the favor of you having a checking account with them on a personal account, then you might want to look into seeing if somebody else would be a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And there are always options. That's what you need to realize here, right? If you're getting hit with fees, I don't want to belabor this and make this into a 40-minute podcast. If you're getting hit with fees, you need to figure it out, because I pay $0 in fees and it's really pretty simple. There are always options. So if you find that you're getting hit with a monthly fee on your checking account, walk yourself into the branch, sit down with a banker, and they'll help you. I mean, these people are customer service representatives, essentially. They want your business. They understand that if you leave Wells Fargo, you can go to Citibank or Capital One or Chase or whomever. There are all these different options, local options, credit unions, whatever. They want your business. They don't want to lose you, and they're not going to lose you over a $10 fee. They're just simply not. And what it means probably is you signed up for a bad account originally, or you didn't realize what your needs actually were. And there are plenty of no-fee options. They will find one for you, and threaten to leave if you have to. I don't think it'll come to that. Honestly, they're not going to want to lose you as a customer over $10 a month. So just sit down, have a very pleasant conversation, and figure it out. And just the last word on overdrafts, since those are the most significant fees, there are ways to shut them off. If you're in this emergency situation where, you're actually getting hit with these things, you should really consider either A, doing what Jonathan did, which is linking it to a credit card if that's an option, finding some no-fee way to do this, or to just simply shut it off. If you have $20 in your account and you want to write a $100 check, you don't deserve that extra $80. You really don't. And it's certainly not worth paying $35 fee for. So that's a very strong consideration. I hate to give blanket advice because, listen, you might have some extraordinary situation where you need that and that's a good peace of mind for you. Okay, that's fine. But strongly consider walking yourself into that branch, sitting down with a banker, and just trying to come up with a plan. Save yourself a couple $100 a year, and you're going to be a lot healthier financially.
You're listening to Choose FI Radio. The blueprint for financial independence lives here. If you're looking to unlock the secrets to financial independence and early retirement, you're in the right place. Stay tuned and join a community of like-minded people who are getting off the hamster wheel and taking control of their lives in the pursuit of financial independence. Choose FI, your home for financial independence online.
Thanks for hitchhiking with us as we continue to go down the road less traveled. Are you interested or curious about travel hacking? Then stay tuned with us next time as we interview Brad and find out all of his secrets on how to travel the world for free.